Today I will be making banana slices that I will be putting on top of my felt pancakes. So I'm going to go in and use half a tablespoon as the template for my bananas. I'm going to be making 3 bananas, so I'm going to outline 6 circles onto my felt. Now here I'm using a disappearing ink pen that I got from Hobby Lobby. I tend to use the purple side more because the blue side doesn't fade as well. So just keep that in mind, especially if you're using a light felt. So obviously once I'm done outlining, I go in and I cut out the 6 circles. I will then take my pen and I outline where I want to make my stitches to be placed on the slice. I usually will always do 3 lines and then 3 dots on each piece to make it look more like a banana. But you'll take your needle and you'll come up through the back and follow the outlines, which will be 3 simple stitches, and then I move on to 3 French knots. When it comes to making a French knot, I will take my needle and come up through the back, and then I will wrap my thread around my needle 2 times before placing my stitch back down into the felt at the same spot I came up from. I then will pull the thread tight before I push the needle all the way through. I have found that if I pinch the knot or thread with my thumb, it helps with making sure it doesn't move. So after that initial French knot, you're going to want to make 2 more. And then once I'm done with the French knots, I'm going to flip it over and I want to secure my stitches that I just made. So I will take a little bit of felt, and before I pull that thread all the way through, I will run my needle through the hoop, not once, but twice before I pull tight, and then I'll cut off the extra. And then there you go, you have the face of your banana. So then I move on to connecting them together. I will line up both of my pieces, and then I put my needle between the 2 and pull my thread through. This will allow me to hide the knot that's at the end of my thread. From there, I come up and over the edge, and I will make my needle go through the top and out between the 2 pieces. This is the start of what is called a blanket stitch. From there, I will move my needle over a bit and push it through both pieces before I pull the thread all the way through though. I will run my needle through that hoop and then pull tight. I use the blanket stitch on all my felt food. It is, to me, the cleanest stitch. It's a pretty stitch. So I will do this along the whole outline of the banana slice. Once I get closer to the beginning stitch though, I won't close it yet because this is where I want to add my stuffing. The polyfill I use is just like the basic polyfill, nothing special. You can get it at any craft store. I purchased mine at Hobby Lobby, but what I do like using is the stuffing tool that I found on Amazon. It has this little claw thing at the end that is so perfect for grabbing onto polyfill. I just take a bit of stuffing and I put it at the end of the tool, and then I just start twisting it and it just grabs onto it, and it's perfect to use. Especially if you're stuffing small things. I use this tool all the time, especially for my pizzas. Like my pizzas have those little tiny crusts where I can't get my fingers in there. This tool has been very, very helpful, and I suggest if you're going to start doing this that you purchase this tool. But anyways, so after I'm done stuffing, I'm going to move on with finishing my blanket stitch and closing that hole up. I will stitch 2 to 3 stitches past my starting point. This just makes sure that everything is secure. Once I get to my last stitch, I will then take my needle and put it through that hoop, not once but twice, before pulling it tight. This will create a knot in the thread, and then before cutting the extra off, I'll run it through the banana slice and then cut it off. And then there you go, you have your banana slices. And then I just kind of throw them on top of my pancakes, and they're the perfect little toppings. So I hope this was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions.